Have you ever thought that money can buy many things, but it can't buy inner peace? Until one day, the banker lost control and committed something incredible, shooting his wife and then plunging into. Everyone speculated whether the black couple was behind this. That's why Deme was too scared to look in the mirror at home. She feared she would see the vengeful. The red soil outside was like a ghostly barrier, and Roland was only half convinced. While giving Xiaoxue a bath, Roland decided to conduct a wild experiment using her makeup mirror. Only then did she truly believe Deme, and she sped off to a mysterious witchcraft shop to ask the wizard about the red soil's powers. The wizard explained that if she arranged the red soil into a line, anyone who wanted to harm her would be kept at bay. Roland revealed Xiaoxue's ordeal and, guided by the wizard, bought tons of witchcraft supplies. That night, Roland attended the ritual. She placed a cross in water, sprinkled it with potions and oils, and began chanting spells. Xiaoxue actually spoke up, repeatedly calling out Roland's name as if in desperate need. The commotion attracted Deme, but Roland asked what happened in the attic, only for Xiaoxue to point in terror behind her. Confronted by Deme, Roland lied, claiming she was telling Xiaoxue ghost stories. Deme's intense reaction made her realize that Xiaoxue was no longer her companion, but rather an imprisoned soul. In her dreams, Roland encountered the black couple, feeling as if she were being cheered and sewn up, definitely not good vibes. A series of chilling events took their toll on Roland's mental state, causing her to quit immediately. But as she gazed at lonely Xiaoxue, memories of her deceased father. Ultimately, Roland decided to see this through. She found a lawyer and spilled the tea, and together they went to track down the nurse for clues, only to discover she was skeptical of witchcraft. The nurse thought it was all Deme's doing and encouraged Roland to leave ASAP. On the way home, passing a little shop, Roland suddenly heard a familiar spell straight from the black couple's album. She hurried over, only to meet a chatty old lady. Roland cautiously asked about the spell, and the old lady looked stunned. It was a long-lost incantation. The old lady had the gift of sacrificing to siphon off others' life forces. In other words, she was hunting for immortality. At this point, Roland realized Deme might be after Xiaoxue's life, prompting her to part ways with the lawyer. The lawyer went to file for a search warrant while Roland rushed to rescue Xiaoxue. Back at the estate, Roland scattered red soil at her bedroom door and claimed her roof had a leak to lure Deme in for a check. If you look closely, of course. I found this wall a bit painful. Deme's excuse built up Roland's confidence. During dinner, Roland secretly drugged Deme, but she didn't pass out. Instead, she cast a magic circle. Roland seized it and realized it was a protection spell might come in handy soon. She rushed upstairs, uncovering other clues: a mysterious magic circle, her own hair, and Xiaoxue's pleading bedsheet. It was clear Deme was behind it all. Time was running out. Roland was ready to escape with Xiaoxue, only to find the iron door locked. She tried ramming with her car, but after several tries, the door stayed shut and her car was damaged. Roland had no choice but to hide Xiaoxue in the backyard and sneak out for help. Meanwhile, Deme woke up, grabbed a shotgun, and silently headed outside. Roland had to jump onto a small boat. She fled to the lawyers, ready to show him all the evidence. Suddenly, Deme called him, recording her proof, and Roland stumbled upon a chilling secret at the desk. Roland slowly pieced it together. She realized the lawyer was in cahoots with Deme and knew she was compromised. The lawyer tightened his grip around Deme's neck, knocking her out. When Roland came to, she found herself back in Deme's home. Roland was engulfed by a sharp pain in her body. She felt the stabbing pain through Deme as pieces began to fall into place. She realized that the lawyer and Deme were indeed in cahoots. Her identity was exposed. The lawyer strangled Deme to death. When she awoke, Roland was back at the estate. It dawned on Roland that the one truly ensnared was herself, while the real lawyer had long been usurped by Xiaoxue. In other words, the lawyer truly resided in Xiaoxue. Deme asked Roland where her spouse was. In that moment, he spotted the red powder at the door, planting a seed of doubt. Meanwhile, Deme headed toward the garden while the lawyer kept watch. To evade the lawyer's vigilance, Roland feigned a need to find a photo of her father. Just as she approached the room, she shoved the lawyer aside, sending him crashing inside. She used the red powder to keep the lawyer at bay. Roland dashed into the bedroom and kicked the window open, leaping out. Amid chaos, she cut ropes with glass but met Deme again while fleeing. Roland pulled out the red powder she had prepared earlier and scattered it everywhere, solidly blocking the lawyer's path. The two grappled with each other, but thanks to her youth and strength, Roland managed to toss him with a single touchy push. Roland quickly called for help, but she hadn't even found her father when she stumbled upon a trap laid out just for her. At that moment, Roland recalled the spell and chose to trust magic, starting a protective circle. Then, Roland realized that all of Demi's plans were crafted to make her believe in the existence of magic. Demi's goal was to usurp her body. Reflections in the mirror showed a visage of Demi's usurped form, which then surged towards Roland. The next day, Roland slowly awoke, struggling to rise from the floor. Subtitles: Demi has successfully completed the soul possession, leaving Roland with a fate similar to Zayal Shuai's. He suffers from stroke-induced paralysis and can only survive by relying on medications. The truth emerged. Demi and Zayal Shuai were the black couple using witchcraft for mortality, first on the banker's kids, then Roland and the lawyer. By the time her best friend and the police arrived, it was too late. However, since Demi didn't know her friend, the lawyer immediately introduced himself. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more hilarious content.